What? Hi guys, it is me, Berrie, and I couldn't be bothered to put makeup on because you're not here to look at me. You're here to look at all my Littlest Pet Shops. I recently made a complete Littlest Pet Shop collection, which I will have linked down below, so if you just care about my Littlest Pet Shops and how many I have and whatever, you can get all that information from that video, so it will be linked right down below. But this is for anyone who's interested in kind of some backstories and answering some questions and just a more in-depth look at everybody. Because in that video I had to go through them really quickly because I actually had no idea I had so many. When people used to ask me how many Littlest Pet Shops I had, I would usually say maybe 200 to 300. I had absolutely no idea that I actually had 1,175. There's also some Littlest Pet Shops I can't show because they are customs for upcoming series and I don't want to spoil anything, so can't really see every single Littlest Pet Shop I have, but I will try to show most of them. Right behind me I have my shelf full. Up there we have my customs. Then down here we have bugs, that leads into wildlife, which leads into cats, which leads into more cats, which then eventually leads into dogs. And then there's some dogs over there. And some of them are missing because I'm literally filming a video right now. So if there's any sparse places, that is why. They are doing their job, they're acting for me. And then I am going to address the elephant in the room, and by elephant I mean giant massive hoard piles over here where I actually film. What I wanted to do was film my collection video and then reorganize my room and get it really organized so video making will be easier. But down here we have a bunch of guys that didn't fit anywhere else. We got some collies, huskies, beagles, all that type. Then over there we have my customs from The Walking Dead, or just customs that are either covered in nail polish or just something that can't be used as an everyday pet. This is the only part of my Littlest Pet Shop collection that is permanent. Every other Littlest Pet Shop will be moved into a bin, I think, but these guys will all be staying on this shelf here. These are, I wouldn't say unused pets, but these are more pets I like to use for photos more so than videos. So we have a really random array. We have some monkeys, horses, and cows. Then we have some like wildlife, so we got polar bears, all my bears, deers, elephants, kangaroos, rabbits, raccoons, bunnies, lots of bunnies, chinchillas, ferrets, hamsters, all that kind of gerbils, penguins, birds, more birds, lots of birds, lizards, and then we have aquatic life, and then at the very bottom we actually have more farm animals. I'm not sure how good we are going to be able to get in to see all these guys since I do have my tripod right with me here. But over in this closet are my newer Littlest Pet Shops, and in the back I actually have my favorite Littlest Pet Shop, which is red. But we will talk more about favorite Littlest Pet Shops and whatnot later. So we have kind of my favorites of the new Littlest Pet Shops, and then the newest of the new, which are some of my favorite Littlest Pet Shops ever. Then down here we have more of, I believe these are Generation 3, kind of a mixture, and then down below, my cats have been here and destroyed everything, but then we have some fairies, which are really great, and then we have some kind of animatronics. We have walkables behind here. Not sure if you can even see. So that is all of my Littlest Pet Shops. So hopefully you got a better look at everyone. It is hard to get a shot of absolutely everybody just because there are so many and there's just no way to do that. So now to answer some questions about my Littlest Pet Shops, as I said, I do have 1,175 and I have got some scents, but I have about 1,170 to 1,180. So that is absolutely insane. I literally can't believe it because before I counted, I truly did believe that I had maybe 300. So that was crazy. How long have I been collecting? I have been collecting since 2006, 2007, so I've been collecting for over 10 years. And just a little fun fact I thought I'd throw in, when I first started collecting Littlest Pet Shops, my first pack, oh I might have them, my first pack was a pack of mice. And I don't know, I had like a chewing problem as a kid, I guess, I don't know. And it was this 3-pack. I actually vowed that I would only ever buy rodent Littlest Pet Shops, and for a long time that is all the Littlest Pet Shops that I did buy. But I eventually did branch out, and I'm very, very glad that I did. Favorite Littlest Pet Shops. This is kind of an ever-changing thing, but I do have a top 5 favorite that are going to be my favorite until the day I die. These are my absolute true loves. I love these pets so much. So let's show you guys those. I just recently opened my baboon, and he has quickly become one of my all-time favorites. So my baboon, he is a special edition baboon. Another one is my anteater. I absolutely love anteater Littlest Pet Shops, and this is the first ever anteater. I remember the day I bought him, and I just absolutely love him to death. Another one, which is a really big favorite of mine, is one of the first ones that I ever bought, which is this guinea pig. Again, I also remember when I bought him, and I bought him with a friend, and I have always, always, always wanted a guinea pig, and this has just been my little guy, and I often still carry him around with me because I just love him. Another one is this iguana. I absolutely love the mold of this guy, and these were a special pack of blind bags, and I absolutely love them. Oh my gosh, a lot of people said they didn't like the eyes or the basic of the colors, but I absolutely loved these blind bags. And lastly, we come down to my last two, which it is hard to pick an absolute favorite. It comes down to my dachshund, which I call Velvet, and my bull, which is Red. These are 2 characters from my first ever series on this channel, Red Lights. And these are just 2 of my all-time favorite Littlest Pet Shops ever. And a lot of people do assume that I only like Velvet because she was in Sophie GTV's videos. Like, I'm not throwing shade at Sophie GTV. Like, girl knows what she's doing. She is an amazing, amazing LPS tuber. If it wasn't for her, none of us would be doing this. Like, I hate when people come on here and say like, oh yeah, like, I did this before Sophie GTV. Like, no you didn't. But, no you didn't. She literally invented this. So I'm eternally grateful for her, and I think she's amazing. And if she did inspire me to use this pet, I would 100% tell you. Like, yeah. But no, I have always wanted this pet before Sophie GTV, before I even knew she existed. I always wanted this pet because I love dachshunds. I own a dachshund. Dachshunds are my favorite Littlest Pet Shops to collect. And this Littlest Pet Shop has orange and brown fur and green eyes. I've always kind of thought that she looked like me, and the fact that she's a dachshund. And she has always been a character on all of my channels. Just to clear that up, you know, just a little bonus fact. But seriously, if Sophie GTV had have inspired me to use Velvet, Dachshund 675, I guess if that's what you want to call her, then I would 100% own up to it. Like, 100%. A lot of people ask me, how did I get so many Littlest Pet Shops? And since I have been collecting since 2006, I was able to buy a lot of Littlest Pet Shops in stores. Now, during the times that they were in store, I did not have a job, so I did not really have my own money. So I am blessed that my parents knew how much I loved Littlest Pet Shops, so they would get them for me as gifts for like my birthday, Christmas, or just they were on clearance or something. I would get Littlest Pet Shops. When I would get a Littlest Pet Shop, it was always a special occasion. I can usually remember every single time I got a Littlest Pet Shop. I've actually bought most, I would say probably 60% of my Littlest Pet Shops secondhand through Value Village, which is a thrift store, or just through other random thrift stores, or online buy and sell sites where you can post that, hey, I would like to buy Littlest Pet Shops, or people post ads, I'm selling Littlest Pet Shops, and then you can meet up and buy them. I've only bought, I think, about 3 Littlest Pet Shops on eBay, and one of those amazing pets would be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive comic book cat. I don't really know what it's called, but I got this as soon as it came out. So I actually did not pay a lot of money for it, which I'm very, very thankful for, because even though I didn't put her in as one of my favorites, she seriously is just a comic book cat. Really? Really? I'm literally wearing a Superman shirt right now. Like, really? I'm not really sure what other questions anyone would have for me, so if you have any more questions, please, please, please leave them down below in the comments, and I will be absolutely ecstatic to answer them. I love talking about my Littlest Pet Shops, especially with people that do appreciate them as much as I do. And I'm going to end this video off with a story time. This is a story time of Sandy. I've had this cat since it came out, and there's oh my god. My friend literally had her finger cut off when she got hers. There's just so many story times around this cat. You don't even want to know that story. I shouldn't laugh, like R.I.P., but... Oh, she didn't die, but... So Sandy and me, we were pals, and she was like my phone background. She was everything. And I even had this little special thing made for her. It was a little sweater and a pink bow, and she was like slaying. So she went everywhere with me, and me and my dad went on a trip to Newfoundland. It's an awesome place. It's my favorite place in the whole world to travel. I absolutely love Newfoundland. If you're from Newfoundland, hi guys! And if you're not, you should visit. I'm not sure what happened, but we ended up having to rush out of our room really quickly to leave. I think it took me about 4 hours because I think I did have a nap in the car, but when I woke up I realized that Sandy was missing and I was shook. I was dead because I remembered exactly where I had put her the night before. Because this place was so fancy, the headboard on our beds was metal, and Sandy is one of those handy dandy pets. It has a magnet, and I had stuck her on the metal bed frame thing. When I realized that I had left Sandy, I was almost crying, low-key crying, high-key crying. My dad called the hotel and said, okay, look, there's this little toy, it's gonna be on the headboard. I need you to send it to my house. The lady was like, okay, yes, we can send it. And I was like, oh yes, of course we gotta send it, it's Sandy, we can't leave Sandy behind. So this hotel was amazing, and they actually did send Sandy all the way back to me, and she actually made it back to my house before I did. So blessed to have Sandy still in my life now, and I think it costs like $40 to get this airmailed back to my house. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you got a better view of my littlest pet shops. Honestly, I'm not really sure if you did. It was very dark. I really do hope you enjoyed this video because it was fun to make, and it's just fun talking about things that I love. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys really soon with some new videos. Bye guys!